and welcome to the NextPowerUp review impressions of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I know I'm a little late with our impressions video than normal, but that's because the game didn't unlock till Friday and I spent most of Saturday and Sunday playing the hell out of the game, so I got enough gameplay hours to give you a decent review. In an effort to avoid spoiling much of the storyline for you, I know some people might not necessarily care, but some do, I'm probably going to do my impressions over the zombies gameplay, not just for spoilers, but I'm actually finding I'm enjoying zombies more than anything else in this game at the moment, which is a touch on the irritating side, but we'll talk more about that later. One thing I just want to quickly go through is this game does have the usual customization options for your guns. I think it probably goes into a bit more heavy customization than a lot of things. Obviously, this game is quite unlock heavy, I've noticed. So while you've got at least 5 or 6 weapons in each category that you can unlock by leveling up your online profile, you can also unlock other things in your single player profile. I'll show you a bit of both in a second. And so while you can unlock these guns, you can then customize them, which includes all of these optics and attachments and all this random crap. Yeah, whatever. And as you can see, I've also customized my weapon a bit, so you can add not just text but also a lot of other things too, which is quite cool. So I've just added a little bit of type text on the side there. As you can see, this is only level 1 because in my online profile the only gun I've been using are the ones in zombie mode in the early game. So the RK5, which I haven't unlocked yet because I'm not high enough level, and a couple of other weapons. So you can customize everything, and this is new for me anyway. I haven't played since the first Black Ops game, and I didn't play that much apart from the main campaign mode. These gobblegums, you can you pay 500 points and you can get yourself some weird shadow texture craziness going off there, and you can customize these packs and choose different stuff. When you click on it, you can unlock a load of others. So there's that is the customization. I'm just going to quickly jump into the campaign so I can show you the main area where you'll deploy to go on missions, because instead of the campaign just being 10, 15, 20 missions all one after the other, there is actually a little bit of breakup and a little bit of customization for you. Unfortunately, you have to wait for the loading screen to sort of get halfway through what it's. You have to wait until it's getting finished getting through. As you see there was a random spike in the recording because the game is quite it is a little inelegant in its performance, we'll put it that way. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Oh, come on. Oh, for goodness sake, come on, seriously. Right. So, this has happened for a 4th time, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. The game hasn't saved my progress, and I'm not sure why. Basically, I'll go through this with you. I started the game, did the main tutorial mission, finished that, and broke the game within 3 minutes. I don't understand what's happened. And after 3 minutes, I broke the game because a scripted event. I was in the wrong place for the scripted event. I was stood behind a guy, he got stabbed, and then his body fell to the floor in this scripted event, and then I got stuck between his body and the door, so the game broke then and I had to restart. Then when I played it again, the game crashed and I lost all of my progress from there. And then I played it again and I decided to change 2 of the big video extra options from extra down to high, just because it was a bit too high. And what the hell is going on here? And then the game sort of crashed.
Kane thinks Taylor's behind the Black Station hit. Shouldn't their DNI show her exactly where they are?
Wow, this wasn't this broken before. I have absolutely no idea where the game is this broken currently. Everything's as it was before. I've got no idea. Anyway, so you can customize everything before you head out. And so as you can see, I've got like a level 4 sniper rifle that I've been using. You can unlock, obviously unlock more weapons as you go on. And then you can customize those weapons with some slightly more in-depth optics, in-depth attachments, and all that kind of stuff, which is actually pretty cool. I'm a fan. I like this. I think it's pretty good. I like a bit of weapon customization. I wish more games did it, which is quite nice. So we'll go with that. Yeah. And of course, you can customize your classes and name them, everything, and you can also customize your character. So there's this, and there's also these cybercore stations. And you can use fabrication kits to make random stuff. So I just want to quickly cover that with you. But before we go into that, I'm going to exit before playing any of the story mode. It's broken several times for me, hasn't saved my progress, and so I ended up having to use the unlock all missions button in order to get anything unlocked. So my progress in the campaign so far has not been pleasant. Which is massively irritating. And so after I completed the first 4 missions, as you can see, it only thinks I've completed the 3rd, I think, I decided to jump into zombies. And now zombies is actually pretty cool. So you can see I've customized my weapons and all that lot. And it's gotten a little bit different now. You can turn yourself into a random monster. And just generally a lot of stuff. Now, one of the things, just as my impressions, even on 4K, the graphics aren't next gen. In my opinion, to say that this game is next gen would be entirely wrong. Yes, this is a AAA title, and yes, the graphics are pretty good. I mean, this guy's face, you know which famous person this is. They are reasonably good at building faces, but the graphics, to be honest, they look like Xbox 360 graphics to me personally. Maybe the difference between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One last and current gen consoles graphics is maybe the difference between the console versions of the game is a lot different, a lot more intense. Maybe it is just better on consoles, but on PC I haven't really noticed that there's really been much of an improvement, to be perfectly honest. The graphics look the same. They're alright. I don't want to focus on graphics too much. I just want to put it out there that just because this is a AAA game doesn't mean that it's new and shiny and therefore has better graphics, because I don't think it does. However, that said, the performance is absolutely dire in most cases. When I first started the game up on launch day, I get massive amounts of stuttering. Occasionally the FPS would tank down by about 10 FPS and you could feel it. FPS was just generally low, and to be honest, the graphics don't look shiny enough to warrant the poor performance. Yes, it's a good looking game, it's pretty good, it's relatively fun, but I don't think the performance I'm getting is accurate for a AAA game. So I'm not impressed. I mean, I have a 295X2 and the crossfire is working. It just seems to have a few problems, and you can see there's CPU spikes going on.
This can't be happening.
And look at this texture. I mean, seriously? Look at that texture. That wall texture is diabolically bad.
Stay back. I'm warning you.
Oh dear. So yeah, I've got to say, I think after playing parts of the campaign, it's alright, it's entertaining. I know a lot of people play Call of Duty for the multiplayer, not necessarily the campaign or anything like that, but the campaign, you're supposed to be a super soldier, but it doesn't really make you feel like much of a super soldier. It's alright, the campaign's relatively entertaining, I'll admit, but it's not quite... I don't know, there's a lot of instances where the game is just like, oh bang, here's some massive Hollywood style explosions and movie scenes, and not really a lot of quality content. It's just a lot of it's just cosmetic nonsense, really. The campaign I don't really highly rate. The actual zombie mode is relatively fun, but of course a lot of the multiplayer game is locked behind this very long grind. Like in the multiplayer, I've unlocked 3-4 weapons or something. Haven't unlocked many customizations for them, and in the single player, you've got to play a fair few main missions in order to actually get anything decent. I don't know why this shadow stuff is playing up today. It was absolutely fine yesterday. I don't have enough. That's really quite annoying.
Sucks being them, I guess.
Alright, so we're still getting a little bit of weird flashing. I have no idea. This is just one of the many things in this game. It's just, you'd think with the amount of money they spent on making this game, they would at least attempt to make sure everything worked a little bit more fluidly. I mean, that's not like a small niggle, that's a hugely frustrating annoyance. But it wasn't happening yesterday, so I'm not entirely sure what's gone on today. I'm noticing a little bit of lag. There we go. A little bit weird. Maybe it is just weird server latency that's causing it. I have no idea. Where are my friends? Also, it's worth noting that a large portion of the community are still very angry young teenagers who call people fags because they're young, angry teenagers. Which is a little bit disappointing, but what are you going to do? League of Legends isn't much different, but literally within the first 10 minutes of me going online, it was just an endless stream of abuse. Obviously, not every game is like that. There are a few mature members who actually want to get things done, but there was also a large portion of people who were just dicks, really, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, I'm so far generally enjoying zombie mode. It does get a little bit repetitive after a while, but oh shit. Oh shit, what the fuck? There we go. So yeah, it does get quite repetitive in zombie mode, but to be honest, the map is so huge. This must be one of the biggest zombie mode maps I've ever seen. So pretty good. I must say though that the campaign didn't impress me as much as some of the older titles did, like Modern Warfare 2. That campaign was actually pretty good, and I think if you're expecting something closer to Modern Warfare out of this game, yes, it is slightly more interesting than some of the previous titles, but I'm still finding that very little seems to be beating Modern Warfare at the moment. It's alright, it's entertaining. It's a Call of Duty game, to be honest. It's not exactly going to win any awards for storyline. There are lots of points where it seems like they purposefully made it a little bit more, oh, isn't this emotional? But you can sort of see right through it, and it felt a little bit hollow, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, getting stutter. Yeah, and I would be recording this at 1080p, except I'm having to record it at 4K and then downscaling it, because when I play it at 1080p on my 4K monitor, my mouse doesn't move any wider than 1920 pixels, so I can only move my cursor at the top left hand corner of the screen, which is a little bit annoying. So it's another one of those little annoyances. I have to say, yes, the game isn't amazing. It's average in terms of gameplay, but I feel like a lot of the hampering I've experienced is purely down to the fact that it's just, there has clearly been no quality assurance testing whatsoever. To be honest, this is pitiful from Call of Duty standards. I expected less bugs, to be brutally honest. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have epilepsy. And these are with the new AMD drivers for this game. I need to change this. Should be a slightly more interesting gun. Yeah, and you can also turn yourself into this crazy ass monster, and there's like a nice little storyline going on with this zombie mode at the moment. And there's tons of different enemies. It just feels like they've put so much effort into the multiplayer aspect of this game, and no effort into making sure it runs on people's machines, like the bizarre i5 error they had on release. I didn't personally experience any weird CPU errors, personally, but apparently they were quite widespread. And of course there's the fact that the game requires 12 gig of RAM, which is a little bit ridiculous for the higher settings. So yeah, overall it's entertaining. I have to say it's fun for a little bit of blast on multiplayer, but I don't think I would rate this game anywhere above average. I think it's an average title, with some very bad performance issues on PC particularly. Perhaps there won't be quite as many issues for console users. Probably not, because it's been ported over to PC, I would imagine. But yeah, it just seems like an okay game that seems to have been let down by performance issues so far. But when I get a little bit further into the campaign, I will of course upload my usual review videos. I really need to aim down sight more. I don't know why I'm not. It's a bad habit. Oh dear. I have to say this is actually quite complicated. The zombie mode is way more challenging than the campaign mode. I mean, I've tried it on regular and hard, not quite the hardest difficulty yet, but I've so far found that the campaign mode is still quite linear and not as random exciting as I thought it might have been. So that's a bit disappointing, I guess, but it's okay. Now I literally just cannot bear to watch these annoying shadow flickerings. I'm gonna go and see if I can try and fix this, because this didn't happen last time. So I'll leave the video there, and then I'll probably cover a lot more of the actual gameplay in the review, and just expand on a lot of my thoughts. And who knows, maybe by the time the review is finished, we'll have a few less performance issues. So yeah, check out the review video on Thursday, and get ready for the full review on Thursday as well. Most of you guys are probably already playing it, in fact, so you probably know what I mean about the performance issues. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.